All right, everybody. I hope you enjoyed the whole music there. I try to keep it as upbeat as possible. I want to thank all of you for coming in tonight. I see that we still have people joining. I know that over 700 people registered, and we're at around 200. I do want to start out tonight with some announcements about Notary Stars, and then I'm going to turn it over to our presenter, Adam. Tonight's pretty special. Very seldom do we get a signing agency platform to come in and show us how to use their platform. Before I start the announcements, I want to tell you guys, and then I'll give Adam a formal introduction. I feel this is very important for the notary community. As you guys know, I always put my money where my mouth is. Any products on Notary Stars, I bought them myself. I offer to show you a receipt. I use it myself. It's something that I believe in. I found Zig Sig probably about a year ago as a notary. I've done signings through Zig Sig, not that many, but as the owner of Unlimited Ink Notary, I am actually switching my entire book of business over to Zig Sig. So that's about 3,000 transactions a month that I'm happy to push over. The reason for that is because I have seen so much come out of Zig Sig. As you guys know, we've had some problems with platforms this year that just are not really nice for notaries or notary signing agencies or title agencies that use the platforms. And so I've done my due diligence in where we should go next and where we can go to kind of streamline our business, and Zig Sig was our choice. Also, I have to say, we've asked for some major customizations that we believe will help us as a signing agency and also the notary as well for the Unlimited Ink side. And without a beat, you know, Zig Sig stepped up and was able to provide those customizations for us that really will help our notaries, really will help our signing agency continue to grow. And this is not something that I see out of any platform that's out there. And so that's where this major, major shift comes from. But I want to tell you, I strongly believe that Zig Sig is going to be probably one of the major contenders in the very, very near future because of the way that it's handling its customers and the way that it's handling its notaries. Now, before we get started and I introduce Adam, I want to make a couple of announcements about Notary Stars itself, because I don't get this chance to get all of you here at one time where it's just me. I know you guys log in with Beth at night and other trainers. But I want to let you guys know, if you haven't been on in a while, I see some faces that haven't been on here in a while. We did two major projects this year to increase the notary training that we have on. So in addition to the 135 hours that we now have of training for every loan product under the sun and every variance of signature, we've also added in a general notary work segment that is for free members, and that is for paid members as well. You'll find it under each journey drop down. And inside all of your dashboards, there's now an updated video of how everything on the site works. So if you haven't seen it, please log into your listings and watch that video. We also added script training. So for you newer notaries or notaries that still struggle with that confidence at the table, we have scripts from all the way from when you confirm your signing and actually when you're getting an order, what you need to ask, how to confirm the signing at the signing table, document scripts, and how to walk away from the table. So we've added all of that in. Now that is for the upgraded members, but I want to make sure that you know that that's available. So we're not just training on loan products anymore. We have a new series coming up next year called Notary Stars Unlimited. If you liked primetime notaries, you're gonna love Notary Stars Unlimited. It's already on the site where you can register. There's a tab. It is a registered event, but unlike primetime, you only need to register once and you'll be reminded about each one. Each monthly topic has already been defined, and our theme for next year is make 2022 your year. So we're going to be focusing each month on where you should be in your loan signing journey for the year. I'm going to shamelessly plug our journals. Thanks for all of you that have gone out, and thanks for the suggestions on needing hardbacks. On the front page of Notary Stars, we do have our new journals that are out. We are having state-specific journals coming out later this year. Those will all be hardback, but we do have soft and hardback covers on the first page of Notary Stars. Out of request, and this actually came out of mentorship yesterday, and I made a promise, and I want to announce that we are also going to be going through and adding, just like we can review signing agencies inside Notary Stars, if you're a member, we're going to have a RON platform review system. So we're going out and we're researching all of the RON platforms that are available We're going to let you guys conversate and help each other off of them. We'll try to kick off the conversation, but you guys will be able to do that. Now, I'm almost finished with announcements. I don't want to take up too much time. For those of you that are wedding officiants, we got really great news for you. We are partnering up with the Unboring Wedding. You can go ahead and preemptively look at it, but we have an event coming up. You'll be getting an email, the Unboring Wedding. We are going to be having them come in to offer a small training for you guys. Now, they offer training just like when we brought in Laura Bueller and Judy Lawrence. They have their own training course, but we're partnering up with them so that if you guys are interested in becoming wedding officiants or trying to kick that off the ground as a side business, we have a professional that focuses only on weddings. And they have a course designed to teach you how to do weddings and also make sure you know how to get that business as a wedding officiant. I also want to let you know that we had some suggestions come out over the last couple of months for more tech videos. So those will be coming. We'll be focusing on how to reduce file size, how to merge files, all of those things. So please look for those. And now, without further ado, and if you guys see me looking down, you guys know I love to talk, but I didn't want to miss anything since I had everybody here. And I also don't want to fudge up everything. So I do have notes tonight. I want to introduce Adam from Zig Sig. Adam has a nationwide signing service that has overseen 250,000 loans. He's also the CEO of Zig Sig and has a passion for web design. And let me tell you, web development. Let me tell you, he really shows that passion. He's given me his personal cell phone number. Anything that I need, I can call him day or night. I don't abuse that, but he has been very customer service oriented, truly, for Unlimited. He was previously invited to be a part of the California Secretary of State Notary Advisory Planning Board. And I'm going to turn this over to Adam so that he can introduce Zig Sig to you. And I really hope you guys will get a lot out of this. And please save your questions for the end, and we'll have a Q&A. Adam, are you ready?
Ronnie, thanks so much for the warm welcome and for having me on the call tonight. It's an honor to get the opportunity to share with the Notary Stars. Just by looking at the turnout alone, I can tell this is a thriving community. And I'm so excited to get to share this information with you all. Before I get into the how-to portion of the presentation, I wanted to quickly explain who I am. Again, my name is Adam. And as Ronnie mentioned, I've been an active notary for over 17 years. I started out back around 2004, helping an escrow officer with World Savings Loans when the mobile NSA business was just catching on. She would give me as many signings as I could take, and I was frequently doing 10 signings daily and driving what felt like 1,000 miles a day. I went on to start ProLink Signing Service, of which I'm still the president. I'm sure I've got to work with at least a handful of notaries that are here tonight. I have a passion for web development, and I spent 15 years tweaking my ProLink platform. I then spent a year in development and launched ZigSig in 2018. ZigSig works with many title companies across the US to streamline and automate the scheduling and oversight process. In 2021, we started inviting some of the top-rated signing services on board. We are growing quickly, and much of our success is owed to the amazing network of notaries that have gotten behind the platform. Great, so let's get into the how-to portion. How to register. This part is easy. Just head to our website at zigsig.com and find the notary registration button. Fill out the few details like your email, address, name, and password, and then hit submit. Once you register here, you will be pre-activated to receive offers from every title company and signing service in our system. Once you register for the first time and every time thereafter, you will be taken to your dashboard on login. This portal will show a snapshot of any missing compliance items, as well as any active orders and menu items that will help you navigate around the site. A great place to start at the site is your compliance section. This page manages your commission, bond, E&O, W-9, background check, and any legal forms. Simply update any item and save. All clients will be able to pull and review these documents as needed. Another important step of getting to 100% completion is providing your headshot. We found users with headshots have a noticeable increase in awarded assignments compared to those that use the default cartoon headshot we provide. Go ahead, show off those pearly whites. The next page to visit is the My Profile page. This page is located in the upper right menu on your dashboard. Along with providing your package mailing address and phone number, this page allows you to show off your expertise, highlighting your industry work experience and more. Spend some time on this page, as it will pay off big if hiring parties like what they see. Once a new order is created by a client, the system starts categorizing notaries by score and distance. The notaries with the highest score in a set distance will get the offers first. Typically, one offer is sent to a new notary every 30 seconds to give time for each notary to have a chance to respond. When your turn comes, the system will send you an SMS. We made sure to provide all the relevant details like offer amount, day and time, total travel distance, loan package type, package page count, when docs will be ready, and client feedback score. You can respond in one of 5 ways. You can indicate, yes, I'm available, no, I'm not available. You can counter offer the fee, offer an alternate day and time, or request a callback. The client instantly sees your response. If you click yes, the client is notified and you are auto-assigned or can be manually selected for the signing based on the client's preferences. Here's what the hiring party sees. They get a snapshot of your client ratings and work experience. They can view your full profile and video bio here too, and then decide if they want to hire you. How to manage awarded signings. Congrats, you've been awarded a signing. Your order details page will have everything you need to complete the closing. We even took a snapshot of the signing location so you don't accidentally knock on the wrong door. As you scroll down, you will find important details as well as functions to chat with the hiring party and provide status updates. Here's a tip. Use status updates. You can let the hiring party know you made contact with the customer and confirm the appointment, printed docs, and arrived at the signing. You get listing points each time you use these tools, and this can quickly skyrocket you up the ranks. Other important tabs are the Uploaded Docs tab, the Closeout Report tab, and the Scanbacks tab. As you can see from my guide so far, the more you interact with the site, the higher your score increases. The higher the score, the higher the chance you get offered a signing in your area. Here is a description of how notary scoring works. You get points for registering, for completing your compliance section, for creating your bio, for updating your ACH or direct deposit, adding your headshot, responding to SMS offers, for getting awarded signings, for providing status updates, for performing the close report, getting and receiving feedback, performing scanbacks, timely return of documents, Zig Sig University, which we'll talk about more, and getting the word out. F is for feedback. We track feedback from every signing, borrower, signing service, and title company. When you perform a signing, there is a very high chance your borrower and the hiring party are getting asked about their experience. Positive feedback has a massive impact on your ranking and awarded ratio. Here's a tip. If appropriate, politely ask your customer to provide feedback on the appointment once you leave. The hiring party sees this feedback, and if it's positive, they might just move you to their favorite tier, which means you get first dibs on all new offers in your area. It's time to blast off. We hadn't told Ronnie about this yet, but we wanted to share a little surprise for the group. We are going to give a special bonus airdrop for all attendees that watch this meeting live and are registered at ZigSig within 7 days with an additional 200 points to their account. In the last few minutes, I'd be happy to do some Q&A. While I might not have every answer, I'll be taking notes in case I need to follow up on a question.
All right, I already see hands going up here, and that's great. I will start out with Judy Coultry. She's got that amazing accent, and she's always got great questions. Miss Judy, I'm going to give you permission to unmute here.
Hi. I just wanted to know, are all of your documents via the phone app, or are they sent via a secured email address, or what? When the documents are ready
Hi,
to
Judy.
be printed.
All of the documents are uploaded at the site so that they remain secure the entire time. You'll get notification via SMS and via email if documents are uploaded, and they're all there at the portal for you.
Okay, good, because I hate when they send them to my phone. I always say no, send them to my email. All right, thanks. I appreciate that.
Thank you.
Thank you, Miss Judy. And then
You're welcome.
we haven't seen Miss Dorada in a while, but Miss Dorada's got her hand raised, and she always has great questions too.
Hi there. Hi, everybody. I have a question. I believe I signed up with ZigSig sometime back, but I never got an answer back. How do I know you guys have me in your list?
Hi, Dorada. Right when you created a profile the first time, you should have gotten an email right back saying that you were activated in the system. If that didn't happen, something's wrong, and we can investigate that for you. You can also go to ZigSig and go to the notary registration page and fill out your email. It will automatically look through the system at that moment right there and see if you're in the system. If not, you can reach out and we'll gladly check for you.
Excellent. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right, and then we're going to go to Miss Christina.
Hello.
Hi, Miss Christina.
Hi, everybody. I have a question. So I did sign up with ZigSig and I've gotten a couple notifications, but I'm finding that by the time like the notification hits my phone and I have to go back and log back in to the system on my phone, the signing's already gone by the time I sign back in. So is there a way to stay automatically signed in?
Hi, Christina. You don't actually have to be signed in to respond to an offer. What should happen is that you get an SMS on your phone that comes from ZigSig from the portal, and you click the link right there. It loads the page where you respond. So there's no login required. If it's requiring you to log in, something's not correct. Christina, just to follow up on that as well, if there was a question about timing and you're seeing that offers are gone by the time you get there, that means that you might be just lower down the list. As I mentioned in the report that I shared, we typically send out one offer to each notary every 30 seconds. So it's possible if you're lower on the list, there's notaries above you that have had, at this point, minutes to review. So my best suggestion for you would be to work to increase your score, get up the list higher so you get the offer sooner.
All right, we're going to go on to Miss Linda Edwards. I haven't seen Miss Linda in a little while, but I know she's going to have a great question for us as well.
Well, I will when I unmute. Hello.
Hi.
Hi, everybody. My question was very similar to Dorada's question. I had signed up with Zig with your company. I haven't received any ZigSig, correct?
Correct.
First of all. Okay, I haven't received any notifications, but I think you answered my question. But when I went on my profile, I guess you have like a, and I go to notary login, correct?
Correct?
I saw, I'm doing this as I'm speaking to you right now, real quick. There's a point, I'm sorry. Of course, it's taking forever to load up. But I thought I had a number, a total of points there, but I never received a notification. So I'm wondering, how do I, and I sent you an email, so I don't know, was that the right thing to do? But I never received any notifications. So I'm like Dorada in that case.
Understood. So we have something like 30,000 notaries in the database. And the ones that are accepting more orders and getting positive feedback from customers are moving up the list and get the offers first. So my biggest suggestion for you would be to find ways to increase the score. And there's some functions at the site that you can do that don't even require you to do a signing to get increased score rank. And one is to make sure that your profile is complete.
Okay, because it says right now I have 1,000 points. So I don't know, is that low, good, high, or what? I don't know.
That's just about baseline for a complete profile. Over on the left-hand side, there's a couple of different things you can do to get referrals for social sharing. Those are both options that you can use to also increase your score.
Okay, and how important is it to have a bio video uploaded?
It's not mandatory at all. It increases your score, and we find that some title companies like to see who they're assigning to an offer, and it's not required for you to have a complete profile.
Okay, all right then. Thank you.
You're most welcome.
All right, now we're going to move to Miss Lori. Hi, Miss Lori. How are you doing tonight?
Hi, how are you?
Great.
I just have a question. If I'm already registered, will I still get the 200 points, or is that only for new registration?
Absolutely. If you're registered, it'll just add to your number.
And I have another question. I did have my first signing with Zig Sig. However, I want to thank you, Adam, for answering me back, but I have not been paid. And I've reached out and I've called and I've left voicemail messages from the information that you forwarded on to me, and no one has responded to me.
Great. So I think this is something that we can take offline. However, just to clarify for everybody, we're acting as a technology platform and not the signing service or the hiring party. I am fully committed to working with you to make sure everyone's paid. That's a big part about frustrations that I've seen on other platforms. And sometimes title companies are taking longer than they should be. But I'm very committed to continuing to work with you and to get an answer from escrow or title and figure out where your payment is.
Thank you.
Of course, please contact me after. Okay, Lori?
Okay, thank you.
Can we do a question from the chat here real quick, Ronnie?
Sure, go ahead, Miss Beth.
We've got a question from Jacqueline, no, pardon me, from Tamara Harvey. She would like to know, she would like to ask you to talk about the payment feature and how you get paid.
Great. By the way, hi, Beth.
How are you?
Awesome. So thanks for the question. At this point, title companies are using the online payment feature, and what it requires is for you to create an ACH direct deposit account. And then once you've done that, you're linked into our system. The title company sends us a check in the mail. We process that check, and on the same day that we process it, we release the funds via Stripe into your account. That typically happens within the funds drop in the next day. You get notified via email of the payment, and that's that.
Did that answer your question?
And then Miss Beth, before we move on, because we did a lot of the ones that have raised their hands, and I see there's quite a few still raised. Is there any more questions from the chat that we need to go over before we go on?
I'm scrolling down through here. I'm about 16 deep. So if you want to take another hands up and then come back to chat, that'd be great.
Okay, before we move on to Eden Chase from Washington, who's also Unlimited Ink Notary account rep and a trainer at NotaryStars part-time, I'm sure this will be a great question. I want to let everyone know, I've been wanting to do this for a while, and I can hear some of it coming up in these questions. So if you're wondering how notary lists work and how you move to the top of them, I just scheduled an event, and I'm going to post it into the chat right now for registration. I'm going to do an event on December the 23rd, 5 p.m. on how notary lists work, not just for Unlimited Ink, but for all companies and what they're really looking at and how you can get to the top of those lists. And that will be for anybody that's attending this meeting and of course our members. So I will post that meeting link right now if you want to register for that. Please continue to pay attention because these are important questions. And I just posted it, so I'm going to move on to Eden Chase. I'm going to actually also make you a co-host, Edie.
Hi, thanks for that, Ronnie. I appreciate it. So actually a couple of questions here. With Washington State, we're a smidge different with regards to some of the notary work that's available here, and absolutely adore Ronnie and his company because on top of everything, he happens to be the one company that I get a majority of my work through. Along with a few others, but mostly from Ronnie. And so I already am fully aware that my position and my standing with Unlimited Ink is pretty high up there. And so I'm kind of wondering how that affects us. I mean, obviously we have to go through your services and boost our scores and things like that, but how ultimately, how is that going to affect us as being a preferred notary in this area currently with Ronnie's platform for Zig Sig's platform? And then there's a couple of other questions as well, but that's the one that I'm really focused on.
Adam, do you mind if I answer that one specifically related to Unlimited Ink?
Of course, Ronnie, go ahead.
Okay, so Edie, that's a really great question. And I noticed that Ms. Sue Cope from Arizona had chatted that same question in. So as we migrate our business, our clients over, we are actually taking our notary list with us. We hold that notary list. It's kind of like our Bible of running the signing agency. So we are taking that list. We've already sent it over to Adam, who's first tier, second tier, third tier, including our blacklist, so that we are not carrying those notaries with us either. So it's not going to be a fresh start for all of those that have worked with us. And then Adam, if there was anything in that question that you feel like you need to answer, you can go ahead, but I wanted to answer the Unlimited Ink portion.
I'm happy to clarify more if needed, but like Ronnie said, we've figured out a way to keep those favorite tiers that he likes, and they've all been brought in.
Okay, then a couple of other things, because you had indicated the pay thing. With regards to the pay system, are you generally a net 30 base, or because I know that Ronnie's pay system is generally net 30, and then there's others that have different pay setups.
Understood.
But are you generally a net 30?
Again, great question. With title companies, we pay on the same day that we get paid from the title company. And with signing services, they are responsible to pay you directly, just like they always have. Okay. And then does Zig Sig have an actual app? I know that somebody was asking as far as being able to accept the assignments, and I understand that you have the SMS platform, which I believe is something similar that Unlimited Ink uses with their current service. Is that relatively similar? Are you familiar with how signing order works? I'm loosely familiar, and the text offers that you get are all native responsive to your phones. They open up on whatever size your phone is. Same thing with the website. We chose not to go the route of apps at this point because they're very complicated and they have a tendency to break. And I can provide a much better experience if we're using a responsive method as opposed to creating its own separate app. And they all fit natively on the phones through the website, just using the website login through your browser that you're using on your phone. Okay, thank you. I believe that's most of my questions, and thank you for clarifying those. Great speaking with you.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Before we move on to Amy Griffith, who is one of our top notaries in Arizona, I want to ask you, Adam, we see this question coming up a lot, and I actually wanted to know this myself. We get the question a lot, what is the top score and what is the lowest score? So can you give us a ballpark range of what the very, very top score is?
Yes, probably somewhere in the 10 to 20,000 range. From a notary that takes on lots of work, the bottom score is 0. If you don't have a profile yet, you have 0. If you have not completed your compliance pages or anything besides just creating a basic setup, you start at 500 points.
Okay, and I want you guys to know that I really like this method when it comes to the point system. I get calls every day from notaries and from the platform that we use, and they ask me, like, why isn't anybody hiring me? And then I find out that they don't even have a profile photo, or they haven't written a bio, they haven't done certain things. I've actually gone through the Zig Sig onboarding. And Adam, correct me if I'm wrong, but you do also have or you used to, when I signed up, you had a video introduction where you could post a video of yourself as well.
Exactly right. I think someone asked the question. We've got a bio video section that seems to work really well and increases acceptance rates amongst some title companies.
So I think this is just a really unique platform that gives you guys, especially the newer notaries, I think it challenges the existing notaries to kind of keep their credentials up to date and get with the ball game of letting us know who you are. Because I hear a lot of existing notaries say, well, I don't know why I'm not getting signings. And I think, well, no one knows you've done 5,000 signings because you just signed up for the platform. And, then you have a newer notary that's done everything that they've learned on every training course. And then, they're kind of sitting there side by side, and on a newer platform or an existing platform, this allows you to, whether if you're just starting out or you're been there a long time, to really showcase your experience on an equal playing field. And it's all done in a point-based system. I'm going to ask Amy Griffith Johnson to unmute there, and let's see what your question is.
Hi, yes, thank you so much. So my question was very similar to the gal right before you guys, as far as existing preferred or top listers. Does that mean, since Ronnie and Travis are taking these top contenders over to you, that all of a sudden the score increases? Or does this just merely mean that they're just going to pick and choose, who they want to receive the order?
Can I say something right before you answer, Adam? I'm sorry to cut you off. So we're importing our list, and Adam can correct me if I'm wrong, but your score is going to remain the same. The only thing is that we're taking you with us as one of our preferred notaries. Your score for everyone else, and keep in mind, and I want everyone on this call to understand, Zig Sig is not the signing service. It is not a partner of our notary. We are hiring and purchasing this service to manage our notaries because we believe it will be better. There are going to be, there probably are already existing hundreds of companies using ZigSig, but I believe it's going to take a lot of clients from a lot of existing signing platforms because of how well it works and how dedicated they are. So yes, you will, to us, it won't matter because we already know you, we already know what training, we took all of that with us. We spent a better part of a month and a half putting our list together to send over to Adam. But for the other companies on the platform, you're going to be looking at them, and this will be part of the event that I posted in the chat, and I'll post it again later. You're still going to look to those other companies the way you look to those other companies.
Okay, perfect. And then just secondary to that, this platform that you said you're not doing a portal kind of like signing service. Does that mean we're not going to receive texts? We're just going to receive emails, kind of like Service Link? Or how is this really going to work? Because I tell you, I receive things much quicker through a text than I do an email. I mean, I can count on one hand with Service Link because I'm merely just not near my browser every single day, every single minute. So can you explain that just a little bit more in detail?
Amy, we are still using SMS for text offers. That is the way that everything goes out. When uploaded docs get posted, you can get an SMS as well as an email notification. But going back towards the alerts for new offers, that comes through SMS.
Okay, thank you guys so much. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
All right, we've got another, and I just want to give this guy an introduction because he's probably one of the best online notaries that I know. And he actually helped us out at our last boot camp. I'm going to welcome to the stage William Bumfrey.
Hello. Can you hear me all right?
Yep, we can hear you.
Great. So my question, it kind of feeds right into what Ronnie said. I'm exclusively a remote online notary. So when you go and do the offering and it's based on locale, how are you going to take that into account for remote online notaries? Also in the profile section, like underneath the additional services, I see I'm an attorney or I'm a licensed title producer, but I don't see anywhere in there where I can indicate that I'm a remote online notary. So I guess, is it one of those things where I'm going to have to be favorited and only issued offers because I'm a favorite of that agency? There's just a couple of, those are a few of the things that I have.
Awesome questions. To clarify on the Ron section, in the rollout that'll happen on January 2nd, we're going to have a function where you can add, indicate that you're a Ron notary. And then additionally on that, any signing service title companies that are looking for Ron notaries will be able to search by state as opposed to locale.
Okay, before we move on, I just want to make one quick thing. We are at the maximum amount of raised hands. The last raised hand I see is for Linda Stern. If you've already asked a question tonight, I'm going to put your hand down. We will have a maximum amount of time for this meeting, but I will, if you have any additional questions after, just a reminder, we are having a follow-up, and Adam, I would love if you could be there. It's going to be on Clubhouse. We will be doing a follow-up meeting on Clubhouse at Judy Lawrence's room. So you need to look up at Queen Judy and follow her on Clubhouse, and that will be on December the 22nd at 5:30 p.m. That's Arizona time, so that's 7:30 p.m. Eastern, 4:30 Pacific Standard Time. So again, you're going to look up at Queen Judy on Clubhouse, follow her, and you'll get the announcement of when we start that meeting. And now we're going to ask for Kina Kirst.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay, well, first of all, Adam, thank you for all your technological help this week. I know I've been bugging you nearly every day. How does the signer provide feedback to increase the number of points that you get?
Hi, Kina. Great question. So after you've performed a signing, you leave and you provide a close report. The system triggers an actual SMS to the consumer using the phone number that we have on file. And at that point, we ask a very simple few questions asking how their experience was. So they're getting an SMS notification at the time that you provide a closeout report, as long as it's not after 10 o'clock or before 8 in the morning.
Okay, great. Thank you. That answers my question.
Thank you.
All right, and now we're going to go to Angela Barrett. I'd like to introduce her as well. She is one of our account reps for Unlimited Ink and also one of our very first white glove notaries in Arizona. And Angela is an absolutely phenomenal notary. So I would love to hear her question.
Thank you so much for that introduction, Ronnie. I appreciate that. I was curious as to, so I understand how the system works in regards to getting points in order to get more orders. And I understand that we're still going to be on the favorited list in regards to Unlimited Ink. My question's a little bit more, I guess, along the chicken and the egg aspect of that, to where is it like if we're kind of favorites as we pick up with Unlimited Ink, our feedback there is basically going to be the bulk of how we're getting the points in Zig Sig in the beginning, because I'm also in the same boat with a couple of other people that spoke today, where I've got everything except for my video bio on Zig Sig, and I've been on there for a while, but it almost seems like that first order is kind of the elusive thing. Once you get the first order, then you get points, but if you don't have an order, then you don't get more points, which means you don't get orders. How are we kind of like rectifying that chicken and the egg aspect?
Great questions. So as you mentioned, because you're going to be set at some level of favorite for Ronnie and company, as you accept offers from him, that's going to affect you throughout the entire platform. That'll increase your score just doing that directly. If you're not getting offers or you're looking for a way to catapult that, there's a couple of options that you can do on the left, and that's a social sharing menu item, and then also a referral menu item that you can request referrals. Doing those things can give you a couple hundred points as well. But to go back, when you start getting offers from Unlimited, that's going to catapult your score as well.
Got it. Okay, perfect. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Angela. We're going to move on to Miss Martha Thorpe over in Texas.
Good evening, everybody. My question is, I was so excited when I saw the invitation, and I immediately signed up with Zig Sig, and I got an order. And so quickly that I almost thought it was like that I was going to be like prank called that I got one so quickly. But my question is, there was a delay. So it looked like it was going to cancel, and then Title sent me the docs and I was able to complete the closing. But the job hasn't closed. It looks like it's incomplete out there. And my question is, what is the role of the Zig Sig admin? Because I've been emailing them to get assistance to get it cleared up, and I haven't gotten a response. So I thought maybe I'm not reaching out to the right person or party to clear that. So question is, what is the admin role, Zig Sig admin role as it relates to our orders? And then we can talk offline if there's something else I need to do to get my specific order completed.
Awesome. Martha, first of all, I'm so excited that you got an order that quickly. That's what we aim to do. To answer the question, we try to act as a technology platform and then stay out of the way as much as possible. If there's technical things that are happening, I'm all about it. That's where I'm jumping in, and I am watching emails come through. I get thousands and thousands of emails a day, so I do my very best to track everything as it comes through. Sometimes the squeaky wheel gets the grease, gets fixed. So if you don't hear from me right away, I'm always watching, but there might be something that I'm focused on. So you and I will take this offline. I'll investigate that order that was assigned to you, and we'll get it straightened out.
So just to follow up, so to clarify, that kind of an issue is an admin issue though?
Yes, so if you've, there should be the close report happens by you. And if you're having an issue performing that action, providing that close report, that's something that's technical that we would definitely get involved with.
Okay, perfect. Thank you so much. Super excited to be here.
Thank you, Miss Martha. All right, we're going to go to Miss Dawn Moore. And before we go to Miss Dawn and I give her the permission to unmute, I just want to say, if your question has been answered already, please lower your hand. If you have a unique question that hasn't been answered, we still have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 people left with questions. And if you have a valid question, please go ahead and ask it. But if your question has been answered, let's try to avoid repeat questions for Adam. All right, Miss Dawn, you can go ahead when you are ready.
Okay, thank you for allowing me to speak. My question is more with locale. So I received an order today, my first one from Zig Sig. Sorry about that. And it's 67 miles away, but it takes me approximately about 2 hours. I'm in a very rural area to get there. And so I was just wondering, is there a cutoff that your direction or that say my locale would not be, or is there like how far reaching should I be? should I be aware of to receive offers? If that makes sense. Does that make sense? Okay.
Thanks for the question. We've got a couple different functions that are built in for that. One is in your profile. You can set your max distance that you want to go. And typically we have ranges up to about 70 miles. And as I mentioned in the presentation, we use mileage ranges like 0 to 10 miles, 10 to 20 miles, 20 to 30, etc. And we'll send offers to all the notaries in that close range first, unless they're set as a favorite, before we move on to the next radius. So if you've edited your profile to say, I want all the available offers, we typically send out offers up to 70 miles away.
Okay, thank you. I appreciate that.
Thanks, Don.
Thank you, Dawn. That's actually a really great question, and I'll include that when we do the notary list. We'll move on to Miss Eva Marie.
Okay, hi. Thanks for allowing me to speak. Two questions. With the direct deposit payment, will we get like a list or emails to saying the total amount that came up to that amount that's deposited into our account?
Hi, Eva. Yes, every time that an ACH is triggered, meaning a payment comes from a title company or someone that uses the ACH function, you're going to get an email alerting you that that payment has been made. It shows tracking information for the payment, and it shows an estimated arrival date, I believe. And to clarify, not every title company or signing service uses that, but when it is used, you will be notified.
And my second question is, with the point system, say if we have an issue with the closing documents or delaying documents or an issue at the table, will we be affected by that for the point system? Would that be on us, the notary, if it's out of our control?
It's not. We have methods to track a lot of this stuff. If a signing is pushed to on hold, the system knows not to ding you. And this happens over a grand scale, over a lot of signings as opposed to just one. This happening on one signing is not going to affect your score.
Okay. All right, well, thank you.
Great speaking with you.
Adam, you do have one question in the chat. Maybe we can jump in here. This is from Kiana B. Will there be a logo or a designation for Notary Stars and or Notary to Pro training, a badge that will display on the profiles?
Thanks for the question. Ronnie and I are discussing lots of fun options that we'll be talking about soon. Nothing set in stone, but that's something that's on the table that we're going to investigate.
And then a fun question for you, Adam. Kiana B also wants to know, what's the story behind Zig Sig's name?
I get that a lot. And the reason why I took the name is because I like quirky names. I like names that are shorter than 8 characters for websites. And the Zig is from notarize, and the Sig is from signature. So I was looking for something quirky, and everyone knows that every single good name on the web is probably taken. So I had to get creative.
Very cool. Very cool. And I don't know what happened to Ronnie, so I'm going to ask Susan to go ahead and unmute and ask her question.
Thank you. By the way, Adam, if you could peek at the chat, I sent you a direct message on there as well. I think we lost.
Go ahead, Susan. Uh-oh, I think we lost Susan.
Before we do, I mean, Miss Susan is such a wonderful, wonderful person. Everybody on here is a wonderful person, but I'm gonna look for her in the chat to see if she's here. She might have got to booted herself out. I see her in the chat. Let me see if I can bring her up somehow to. Miss Susan, if you lowered your hand, raise it again so that I can get you in there, because I think you took yourself off of. Okay, Miss Susan, raise your hand again. I will allow you to go if you do, but we're going to move on to Laura Miss Laura, if you're ready, you can go ahead and ask your question.
Hi, everybody. Quick question. I've kind of noticed with other platforms that the algorithms tend to find the timing in which you try to accept a signing. I had 2 jobs at once, and I was taking signings in the evenings. Now that that situation has changed and I am available full time, it still seems to only give me evening signings. So I'm not, I know enough to get in trouble when it comes to technology. Is the algorithms, if there's a way to change that so that I know you can put the days and the times that you're available, but is there a way to change that if your circumstances were to change in the future?
Adam, do you mind if I chime in on this one before? Laura, may I ask, are you talking ZigSig specific or are you talking all signing platforms?
No, I've not signed up with ZigSig yet.
Okay, so Adam wouldn't be able to answer this question for you on, well, I mean, he might be able to on his level, but all signing platforms kind of work the same. You might put in your times and availabilities, but we're going to send you an order if we need you anyway. You've probably boxed yourself into a corner with those that are using you of, hey, we know she works a day job or that sort of time. So you need to go to those regular clients and let them know, hey, I used to only be available this time, but I'm going to be available full time now. I own a signing agency and we kind of disregard if you put in or not. Anybody that works a full-time day job on this platform will tell you, if I need a notary at 12:30, I'm hoping that maybe you're off that day. And I'm going to send you the order, but they may be looking at that time, or that could be your area. You know, every single city and zip code and major area in this world works differently. Los Angeles signing times are very different than other signing times around Phoenix because of the way traffic flows and the way people get home from work. Seattle actually has more late signings than any other city that I've ever seen because people have to get home from work, and it's apparently a lot worse than Los Angeles to drive there. So you may have just really boxed yourself into a time with your existing clients, and of course update it, but then talk to them directly and let them know, like, hey, I'm now doing this full time and I'm available all day, and see if that helps you out.
So just contact them directly. All right, well,
directly.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
And Laura, to follow up, we don't have that algorithm set. We don't have it set to not send you offers based on previous offers that were sent to you. I think that we have other options set like that, but not that one.
Good to know.
Thanks,
Thank
Laura.
you. Have a great night.
Thank you, Miss Laura. All right, so we're gonna bring Susan on just to do a full recap before we do the closeout. And you guys will want to stick around because we have a major announcement for everybody that stayed the course. We're gonna bring Miss Susan up, then it'll be Seven Griffin, Marcy Haywood, Linda Stern, and Ada Harper with all of their questions. There will be no more raised hands. We may take a question or two if Miss Beth feels that they haven't been gone over yet in the chat, and then we will make our major announcement. So Miss Susan, you are ready to be unmuted there.
Okay, thank you. I was getting the box that said you wouldn't allow me to unmute. So hello, everyone. I'm a fairly new notary, and when I found out about Zig Sig, I filled out the profile. However, I got my background check from Signing Docs, and they use Background Online, which is what NNA uses. So then I bought another background online through NNA so that I could be Fidelity approved. However, I was just notified by Backgrounds Online that they're delayed because of courts closing and such. And a place that I lived, a state that I lived, a county, their courts are closing because of COVID. So my question is, am I going to be allowed to get signings from everybody else outside of Fidelity and First American compliance, or you understand my question?
I do. We have an option so that title companies and signing services can still accept notaries that don't have full complete profiles. They're notified that there's a deficiency, but that doesn't stop you from getting offers. They'll make that decision when the response comes through saying that you're available, and they'll get to make that choice.
And just to add it on that, most signing agencies or title agencies are going to make the choice of no. Credentials are everything. And here's the thing, if I really need a notary and your background check is expired, I can take a risk, but then my risk is the lender's going to come back and say, could you send me a copy of that notary's background check? And then we're all screwed. So, you know, you have to understand that, sure, you may receive the offers, but you're probably more than likely going to be declined. On a seller file or a general document, they probably aren't going to care about the documents, but when it comes to a lender and underwriting, that's when you're probably going to be denied. So it'll probably be when you have that back up to date that it'll actually work for you on all platforms, not just, you know, ZigSig.
My background is valid. It's only 6 months old. It's just that it wasn't done by the NNA. It was done by SnapDocs, even though it's the same provider that provides it.
Yeah.
And the NNA won't accept it.
Unfortunately, not everybody uses SnapDocs. So if it's done through SnapDocs and it's the same provider, then the users of SnapDocs, the clients like Unlimited Ink or any other company like Coast to Coast that uses SnapDocs may accept that. And it may not be a problem. But if you were to upload that to, you know, a signing order and Unlimited Ink right now was using that, we would probably deny it because we would want to see that NNA background screening. And that's what every client in the country wants to see. And so if it came from a different source. So I just want to make sure you were fully clear on that because, you know, Adam gave you a great answer, but I wanted to piggyback on that as well.
Can I piggyback a tiny bit too as well, Ronnie?
Sure.
I find that those background screenings, almost everybody uses the NNA. So it would be more advisable to order it through the NNA than just to go directly onto a platform such as SnapDocs, because again,
I agree, and I don't want to go down a rabbit hole tonight about that, but for everyone on this call, I hear all the time, oh, I didn't know we had to get this updated every year. I didn't know the NNA. Long story short, the NNA jumped on creating an association long before any of us ever dropped in. They're ahead of everyone at the game. They have every title company and every lender and every whatever underwriter in the country saying you have to use our background check, which is what we all have to pay into every year. Please schedule your background checks at least 2 months now because of COVID in advance to get them renewed. You have to have one renewed every year, and it has to be updated to all the platforms, and everyone will accept the NNA background. There are some companies that will accept Sterling, other companies, but you have to really go with the NNA background. Now we're going to move on to Mr. Sven Griffin. Mr. Griffin, whenever you're ready, we'd love to hear your question.
Okay, all right, good, thanks. Thank y'all for having this. My question is, do you have a way of putting up a company profile so that notaries will know up front what these companies are looking for? Because, you know, my biggest concern is a lot of new notaries are struggling and they're like, well, nobody's giving me a chance, you know, and I get emails and text messages all the time saying, are there any companies out there that exclusively work with just new notary? And I typically tell them, say, nah, I don't think that really exists. You know, and even with the point system, you know, is there going to be a way for new notaries who are trying to come out here and do good amongst all of these pandemic notaries doing all of their crazy stuff? Because a lot of companies are being very, very restrictive on who they select. Where, you know, what opportunity does the new notary really has? I understand the thing of increasing your points and all of that, but I think for some of these notaries, you know, that might not be enough, you know, for them, or maybe they need to, you know, target certain companies by seeing a company profile that says, this is what we look for. We, you know, like Ronnie, let's say, no, you got to have this, and this. So a new notary coming in, you know, don't even go over here to Unlimited Notary Inc., you know, until you hit these milestones. But a lot of the companies on none of the platforms tell us what they're looking for. They want us all to sign up, but we don't know what they're looking for. And we're trying to figure out, okay, well, daggone SnapDocs keep saying I'm highly ranked, but SnapDocs tell everybody they're highly ranked. So why can't I get an order if I'm highly ranked?
Adam, I know you're the guest here, and I really want to hear what you have to say, but can I please, I'm like the little kid raising his hand right now to answer this.
Please.
Okay, Mr. Sean, I love this question. And if you will register and have any of the notaries that follow you register for that link, and I'll post it again right now on Notary List, I would love to answer this question. It's not really a ZigSig question as much as it is a NotaryStars question. I would love, and I want to do this about the Notary List. And I understand what you're asking is, where does the newer notary have a chance? And they have as much a chance on ZigSig, actually a better chance on ZigSig than as they do on signing order or SnapDocs or walking into a title. And I will showcase all of that for you on the 23rd, not to sideways your question, but Adam can't control that, because the thing about Adam is he creates the software for title companies to use, and then or signing agencies to use, either or. And then they use it to connect with those notaries. And it really becomes a question of how is the notary really relaying their information to that signing service or the title company. And that's where I can help you on that segment of notary, how to Notary List work. And I did just post that again in the chat so that you can register. I'd love for you to be there of all people. And anybody that you want to invite, I'll increase the room amount again. We had to increase it for this one, but I'll increase it again if you'll help me get the word out, because that's a big question in the industry. And not to say that Adam can't answer it, but I don't feel that it is a question that could be answered very easily. And I don't feel that a web platform that provides services to signing agencies and title should be able, I don't think that's in his wheelhouse, actually, or the wheelhouse of this meeting, if it's okay to say, Adam.
Well, what about this? Just from the standpoint of the notaries seeing what companies are on the platform, because a lot of times we don't even know what companies exist on a platform.
I'll tell you that one too. I asked this about signing order, and the reason for that is, and the reason that Notary Stars, if you guys know, when you finish your 135 hours of training, we actually shared you with 25 signing agencies that rely on Notary Star graduates, whether they import you or not, or they get to choose who. We send everything we know about you over to them, and they can decide to import you or not. So a signing service, you still are selling yourself to the signing service or the title company. If we told you today, we have these 25 clients, and we did this, the very first client at Notary Stars, we only had 1,300 members. I'm not kidding you. We had 1,300 members on Notary Stars. And the first signing service in Arizona decided to use the Notary Stars. And we sent out the announcement. They got 600 phone calls in one day in an 8-hour period. And they said, we actually won't use your Notary Stars if they call us one more time. And we had to put that on lockdown because every notary in this country wants business. And if Adam tells you every client that's on his platform, if Signing to Order told you everybody, guess what you're going to do? Every notary, not just you, every notary is going to pick up the phone and call those companies, and they're only going to need you when it's time. There's a better way to get to them. And actually, one of the lockdowns, and I will say this, and this is fact, I know this for true, one of the platform shutdowns this year was because one of the signing training companies, it wasn't Notary Stars, thankfully ours was only 600 members. One of the training companies out there put out a platform, a thing that said, email all these companies, and it broke the signing platform. It literally broke it. That's why no one publishes their list like that. And there's a better way, because let's just take it this way. Unlimited Ink has a finite amount of business, about 3,000 transactions a month. A lot of them occur in Washington, California, Nevada, Arizona, definitely, Florida, Wisconsin. Okay, outside of those areas, we have a lot of areas. If every notary in Pennsylvania, just Pennsylvania alone, called Unlimited Ink and said, I wanted to onboard, we wouldn't be able to offer the notary support that we offer. So that's why we don't publish those, but I really, really hope, Mr. Griffin, that you will attend, you of all people will attend the event that I posted in there, and I'll post it again just so you get it. I'll send a direct message to you because I think I can help answer this question better on how to get to those companies.
Sounds great.
And you can share that with any of your followers because I know that you do stuff a lot with the notary community. So anybody you want to get to join, that you take that link, copy it and paste it, and then let's get that conversation going because I think I can help you with that.
Excellent. Appreciate that.
One quick question out of the chat for Adam, really quickly here. There was a question about the reviews for the notaries when they're asking for reviews. Can they have an outside signing service who's not on ZigSig's platform or a title company access their review section and leave them a review?
Yes, they can. Over on the left-hand column of the menu, there's a request reviews menu item, and you can put in the user's name and email address. It automatically propagates an email to them and with a option for them to provide feedback, and that gets saved as well.
Perfect. So that's an opportunity to up your score or up your game.
Exactly right.
Thank you, Adam.
All right, we got Marcy Haywood from Arizona. She didn't have to even put AZ at the end because I know Marcy Haywood. She's not one of our regular notaries at Unlimited Ink, but when we get to work with her, it is a pleasure. Marcy, if you could go ahead and unmute and ask your question.
Hi, and it's Harwood.
Harwood, sorry.
Harwood, that's okay. Okay, so thank you so much for taking my question. It has to do with, because I've not had an actual signing with ZigSig, I'm just curious. On one of my platforms that I work off of, it leaves all of my work up. I can see it that I've passed, and then there's like closed and completed and mark is paid. And I kind of like it because I go in and I look and I'm like, how busy am I, blah, blah, blah. But the other platform that I work off of, the second that is closed, it disappears and I never see it. And I have no idea how much work I've done with it, unless if I go to my other tracking system. So I'm always in the platforms every day, and it would be really nice I like being able to see the work that I've done before, because I like to pat myself on the back and, and congratulate myself on it. But so my question is, since I've never had a signing with ZigSig yet, I was wondering, do you keep it up there, or what's the system with that? Will I still get to see it?
Yeah, great questions. If you're logged into, or when you do, look over on the left menu. There's a menu item that says appointments. That shows a history of all your signings, everything set by date. And then also we've got another function on the site that shows payments. And if a payment is coming through via ACH or a payment through the ZigSig method, it's showing on that page as well. That'll all be tracked there for you.
So they're different pages, but they are available.
Exactly right. We on the dashboard, we show yesterday, today, and tomorrow. After that, they move off into the appointments page. Again, I had a big focus on keeping things as clean as possible, and that's how I decided to do it.
Great. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you, Marcy. And I'm sorry for mispronouncing your name. It is getting late. I've been up since 5 and it's 6:13. And I haven't eaten a bite today. Well, maybe one bite. All right, we're going to move on. We have 2 more video questions. Linda Stern, if you could unmute and ask your question.
Hi, can you hear me okay?
Yes, we can hear you just fine.
Okay. So I'm trying to understand the relationships between ZigSig, signing services, and title companies. I understand you said earlier when we work for a signing service pays us however they will. But when we work for a title company, you guys that pay us after the title company pays you, I mean. So for signing services, you're a platform, but for title companies, you're also acting as a signing service?
We're still just a platform. The reason why we set up the model like we did with title companies has to do with 1099s. They don't want to create however many thousands of notary 1099s that they have to take care of. So we take care of all that for them. They send us one check for the signing, and then we in turn process the payment. And as part of our service to them, we take care of giving you an ACH payment if you've got ACH set up. Does that clarify for you?
That makes sense. I like that. That's good.
Awesome. Thanks, Linda.
Thank you.
All right, and we have our last video question for the night. That's going to be Ada Harper. I'm going to ask you to unmute there.
Yes. Hello?
Hi.
Oh, am I clear or
Yeah.
not too loud? Okay,
Yeah,
cool.
you can go.
Well, hi, everyone. Nice to be here. I've been a member of Notary Stars for over a month, and I'm just trying to get the most of the membership. I'm really happy to participate in this tonight because it's great to offer constructive feedback, not only to the creator of Zig Sig, but to other notaries. I want to start with speaking with the creator of Zig Sig. First of all, I think I'm a younger notary. I'm a millennial, whatever you want to take that as you will. I love the interface. It's really easy to use, but I would say for some feedback, like, I don't know what improvements are coming in regards to tech support, but those would be great. And I really hope the feedback from this meeting tonight will give you some great ideas. Like, for example, a lot of things people were saying were has very simple solutions, which you made them aware of. And I was thinking perhaps if there were like YouTube videos illustrating like a walkthrough through basic problems, I think that would help a lot of people because it's really easy to say, well, I get it, but I understand that other people may not get it as easily as others. I just want to say to everyone also, be able to do your due diligence when you can. Like, for example, people were curious about the distance on certain signings. For me, I keep a window open with Google Maps on my computer and on my phone. That way, depending on the signing, even though I know my area well, there are lots of places I still haven't heard of, born and raised in my area. I'm in upstate New York, the capital city of New York State, Albany, New York. So I say, put in your address of your office or where you are and calculate those miles, because you will place yourself in a position where you may have committed to a signing with great money, but even greater mileage, you know? Let's see, what else? Just in terms of the tech support, I hope it improves. Like, for example, I have had 2 Zig Sig signings. I actually have my second Zig Sig signing today. However, each different signing is under 2 different Zig Sig profiles, which I ended up having to create when I was locked out of the first one. So I'm wondering if there's an option with tech support at some point to merge profiles or just to address some basic tech support needs. So that's all I wanted to say. Thank you. And I look forward to the Clubhouse meeting later on. I'm signed up for that and just making the most of the Notary Stars membership. And it's great to meet all of you and look forward to interfacing with you guys more.
Awesome, Ada. Yes, please reach out to me. We can do a merge of 2 different profiles. Typically that happens if you have registered twice under 2 different emails. We try to catch that through the phone numbers, but sometimes we don't, but we can definitely merge it. And then questions about walkthroughs. We've got knowledge base discussions in the works that should be deployed soon. That'll get you a lot of the way there. And then hopefully we'll have videos and GIFs running right in that screen. So a lot of these questions that should be expressed are right there for you at your fingertips.
All right, Adam, I want to thank you for spending this amount of time with us. I know, owning 2 companies myself, you have your signing service and then you also have the web development for Zig Sig. It's hard to find time, and you've done this with grace. I really want to say thank you for joining us. It means a lot to the notary community that you would come out and actually speak to them and talk. It is rare that we can get anyone to actually give us any information, and that's what Notary Stars is about, is getting that information that we don't have to go dig for, because it's hard to learn from other people. It's like the telephone game. Someone tells someone something, and then someone tells something to someone else. And then it keeps evolving until it's not even what we were really looking for. So it really means a lot that you are here. I want to go ahead and go with our announcements for the night. I have a couple of announcements. Number one, Adam, I want to ask you before I post this, would you be able to attend that clubhouse meeting on the 22nd?
23rd.
23rd, sorry, the 23rd.
It looks okay. I don't see anything an issue. I need to double check my calendar, but I don't see an issue with it.
Okay, so for everybody on this meeting now, first announcement, we are going to be doing a follow-up meeting. I will definitely be there. You want to follow Queen Apostilles on the Clubhouse app. Make sure to follow her because that'll notify you when it's coming out. It's not like Zoom. You just have to have that app downloaded and be following that particular person to get notified when we go live. It's going to be on 12/23 at, let me make sure. I just want to make sure I tell you guys the right time. I wanted to double check myself. That is going to be on the, excuse me, it's not the 23rd. It is the 22nd at 5:30 p.m. Arizona time, which is 4:30 Eastern Standard Time and 7:30 Eastern Standard Time. So 4:30 Pacific. Sorry, time zones mess with my head. 7:30 Eastern. We have another meeting coming up. We've been posting it all night and already over 100 people have registered. I'm going to post that into the chat again. If you are wondering how notary lists work, if you want to know the secrets behind the game, I'm going to post that as well. So that has been posted into the chat. That is the registration link. Two more announcements that I really want to make before we go tonight. This is I'm going to smile like so good for this one. So in our journey with Adam, we have come up with a way for all of you to get additional points. And Notary Stars is going to be providing absolutely free training on the Zig Sig platform. It will be a slimmed down version of what we offer on the site. We offer 135 hours of training. We're going to try to get probably 20 hours of training onto the Zig Sig site so that you guys will be able to watch a video and calculate points for that platform. Just like we do when we send you out to other signing agencies, we want to be able to show you, and Adam kind of avoided this question earlier because that's why I texted him, like, can I say something? We are already filmed quite a deal and we are working on it. We're hoping to have it all to him by January 15th. It'll definitely be in the first quarter of next year. But we are very happy to provide free training for every notary in this country that signed up with Zig Sig. We want to make sure that you are able to showcase that you know how to do a buyer's file, that you know how to do a seller file, that you know the signature variances. So please make sure to take those videos that are free and on the Zig Sig platform seriously. There will be a link back to us if you want more training. And it's really important for you guys to take additional training. The NNA is not your last stop. You should take every training program in the entire country to make sure that you are up to date on everything. And then one promise that I'll make to Adam is we will continue to update those training videos. So if we feel that one of them needs to be updated and notaries need to know this, we will update it. And hopefully Adam will be able to accommodate some kind of little color field that says, yes, 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 you're up to date on these knowledgeable points. And then I want to make one final announcement. And by the way, I want to say thank you to Adam for allowing us to give you free training. I have always said Notary Stars is not a way for me to make money. I make great amount of money off of Unlimited. Notary Stars is truly my passion project. And so I want to say thank you for Adam for opening that door for notaries to get a certain level of training, just starting out and being able to show that they have a basic comprehension of certain loan products or signature types. And you guys know, you can have a VA loan, you can have a trust signing, you can have a power of attorney, you can have a construction loan. There's a lot of loan products out there. And what I love to say at Notary Stars is we train on every loan product under the sun. And tonight I want to make sure, and I'm going to type this in, if you miss the sale for the end of the year, and I've always said this, and I keep saying this to every member of Notary Stars, I don't want to make Notary Stars more expensive. I want to make it less expensive. I have worked really hard at in the beginning, we did increase the prices as we added more products and hired trainers. But my goal in 2022 is actually to decrease the prices. I think notaries should have access to training 24/7. or not 24/7, but at least 4 days a week live. Previously recorded videos that are up to date. We are there now, but I need more users, but I want to offer everyone that's on this call, and I'm going to offer everyone that is already a current member. It is set that you can use this code on a year. You can use it on your first month upgrade or a year. If you're an existing member, just log in, click on upgrade, downgrade listing, and it will allow you to upgrade to Notary Star. If you're not an existing member, use the code that I'm typing in right now. It's secure 2022. This code will allow you to get 50% off the next year if you use it on the yearly rate. I do not want to charge our members more than $12.50 for training. I think it's time. We have Notary Rotary, 123 Notary, and Notary Cafe. They've been around for years. We provide live training, notary support, no matter who you're working with. We have over 135 hours of training, no matter what loan product or signature type. We continue to update the site. I want to make sure you guys don't have to pay more for that. So I did just type that code in. Again, it's all caps, secure 2022. If you did miss the sale, this coupon code will be valid for 24 hours. We do survive off of memberships. So if you have an existing membership, if you're a free membership and you want to upgrade, this is the time. That comes out to $150 a year, which is $12.50 a month, but you definitely want to use it on the yearly membership. This will make sure that you're included in all events. You have access to a live trainer, live mentorship every week, notary support no matter who you're working with. And mind you, if you have an NNA membership, they can only talk to you about notarial certificates. Notary Stars can talk to you about loan documents. So it's a little bit different than having an NNA membership. They really can only help you on notarial certificates. I'm going to say thank you again to Adam. I would like for everybody who can to turn on their cameras again. You know, you guys that tune in regularly, we have our signature wave. So if you're not in your underwear or, you know, eating your dinner, please turn on your cameras. I'm going to turn it on gallery view. And we like to do that signature wave where we wave to all the notaries that weren't able to attend tonight. We had a great turnout out of 700 signups. We had a little over at 300 at some point. And let's go ahead and start our signature wave, and I'll scroll it through, making sure that we see everyone. And again, this will be available on YouTube for quite a little bit. Look at all those faces. I'm so proud of all the turnout tonight. Remember, this will be available on YouTube tomorrow after I edit the video, and then it'll be available for a week, and then it'll only be in our private member section. Thank you so much for everybody tuning in, and I hope you all have a wonderful night.
Hi, everybody. Thank you, Adam.
Thank you.
Thank you, Adam.
Bye-bye.